Hello, I'm Susan Cadeau. Thank you for being with us. Public hearings are underway to gather input from Medicaid providers for what a 25% cut in reimbursement rates would do to their business. As expected, such a dramatic cut would drive most out of business. The first hearing was held at the Oklahoma Healthcare Authority offices in Oklahoma City, and here is some of what was said in this ONR Extra.
$25.20 is what we are currently being paid to put a nurse in a home. You've already taken 3% away from us. Now you're going to take 25%? Where would you like me to find nurses to work in special needs homes with children with trachs, vents, they can't walk, they can't talk, their parents need to work, they're not daycare appropriate, at $13 an hour?
There was $500 million that could have been accepted by the state that was turned down. And so I would like to know what would the outcome or the outlook of our state be if that $500 million would have been accepted. I know that someone has looked at what our state would look like if that funding was accepted.
What I've offered is using federal Medicaid dollars to fix a system, to stabilize the system over the next 4 years. And so I don't think there's, you can talk to your legislators, but I don't think they're gonna approve a Medicaid expansion. So I had to come up with a plan that was not Medicaid expansion.
If the $1.50 tax were to pass, do we have any kind of guarantee that all that money would come to us? Because I know we have education, we have prisons, we have everybody out there screaming for money. So
there's no way I get now. There's a way for them to apportion it, so they can lock it into that, but that's a legislative decision, not our decision. So I think it would be, if we're going to go fight for that as a funding source, it better come to Health and Human Services.
If the legislature were to approve the cigarette tax, you think that we could avoid the 25% cut effective July 1st?
Yes, June 1.
Or June,
I mean,
right.
if they did it in May, then there's no reason for us to start that.
Do you have
the reason I have to start it
right.
in June is because of the 12 months, but yes.
So would there be, I think we have, because we had projected a 4% cut at one point, would we assume that 4% cut is going to happen, or would we stay at 86.5%?
Well, I think it's going to depend, and if in other words, if our whole ends up being $235 million and the cigarette tax produces 182, number one, it wouldn't all come to us. Some of it's going to have to go to the Department of Mental Health. So if let's just say 150 million, that I have no idea, but if 150 million came, so then we'd have to balance $80 million in cuts.